Hi there, welcome to Time with Mr. Nsha on Nhyiratv TV. We are here inside Kumasi today. I'm so happy to have with me here Mr. John Maxwell Ayine. Help me welcome him. Mr. Maxwell.
It's really been a while. Seriously, I've been looking forward to this. It's a privilege for me to be on your show. Seriously.
I've tried everything possible to get this, but unfortunately today I'm so privileged to have you. I'm so happy.
Seriously, I am rather privileged to have you here. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about you? Who is John Maxwell?
John Maxwell, this is me. Just a young man who is trying to do something to help his fellow brothers and sisters out there to get something to do. I am single, completed university this year at Christian Service University College, and I studied theology with administration. I majored in the Hebrew language, which I loved best. I grew up from a very humble home. I have 3 sisters and a little brother, and I being the elder, so which means I have a whole lot of responsibility.
A whole lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I'm from the north. I always say like I'm a Frafra by birth and Ashanti by upbringing. Yes, I grew up in Ashanti region. Yes, my parents moved here to look for a greener pasture when I was like 3 years, and I went back to my hometown for the first time in 2010, and ever since I've been going there for the past 3 years. Yes, but I make shoes. That's it.
He just talked about it. He just made mention of the main deal, the main reason why we're here. This gentleman made what I am wearing. Camera, put it on what I'm wearing. He made it. You can imagine, this is made in Ghana. And this is made by this gentleman here. After everything he has in there, he also has it on the fingertips. Mr. Maxwell, how did all this happen? I mean, how did it start?
It started about 17 years ago. When you're born into a family that money do not come quickly, you begin to think about how you can help yourself in the family to get the family moving. I started making shoes that's like actively making shoes about 10 years ago, but into the shoe business is about 17 years, yes. I started as a shoe shine boy. I loved it. Almost all the young guys in my community were into shoe shine, and I was like, I think I like to do this. It's fun. So I went to see a friend, and he taught me how to sew. So I went to my uncle and I requested for money. And I think he gave me 300 cedis. That is 3 pesos now.
300 cedis?
Yeah, that is 3 pesos now. So I went to town and I bought the polish, I bought the needles and everything that I needed out of that 300 cedis.
Please keep the records. He said 300 Ghana cedis.
That is 3 pesos into this money. That is 300 then.
300 then?
That's 3 pesos now.
Okay.
Now, so I started with the shoe shine, and when I got to JHS 2, I saw somebody in a slipper, and I was like, I think this is very nice, and I'd like to make something like that. So I came back home, and I had a little money. I think I had 60,000, which is 6 cedis in today's money. I went to town, I bought some of the materials that I needed. I made 3 slippers out of that 60,000 cedis. And one Alaji bought it. And I was like, so he bought the slipper for 40,000, which is 4 cedis in today's money. And I wore one and I gave one to my dad. And I was like, I think this is much lucrative than me walking about with a shoe shine. So I only shine shoes on Sundays after church, and I made slippers during the week. So after GHS, I went to KTI and I studied furniture making. because I wanted to join the military. So eventually I didn't get. That's the reason why I'm here. Had it not been that, I would have been in my military uniform. So I realized the slippers making could help me get money to pay my school fees. And I did a lot of them. So I'll make like 10, 20 pair of slippers. I'll take it to school and I'll sell them. And I'll pay my school fees. And sometimes I even paid to the following summer.
You were paying your school fees yourself?
Yes, when I was in. I just love to do it. It isn't that my parents couldn't afford it, but I wanted to take responsibility. I just wanted to learn how to take care of myself. Yes.
The firstborns, I read something on Facebook and it was like, being a firstborn is like you being a deputy father. And you were a deputy father then.
Yes. So after KTI, I did a lot of shoes work. Yes, I was actually making olive half shoes, slippers and sandals. So I think 3 years after SSS, I was like, if I can make half shoe, then I can make a full shoe. So I drew some of the patterns that I knew on paper and I transferred into a leather, the leather pattern, and I made the shoe. Even though it wasn't nice, then, like if you should compare the shoe then to now, like with what I do now, I go like, the shoe then can't be compared with the shoes I'm doing now. But I continued. I made sure I read articles, I read books on how to make good shoes. I went to the net, I searched for what goes into making a quality shoe, the things that I needed. I downloaded every single thing that I needed.
So that didn't mean that you didn't go to any, what we would say in the local parlance, any master to learn or something?
No.
And you make this kind of shoe now?
Yes.
You say something. Personally, I normally have a problem when I hear the youth go out and say there's no job, we cannot make it, there's no way to make money, they're waiting for government to help them. I get heartbroken. Do you feel the same way?
The truth is, guys, let me tell you, if you're waiting for the government to come and help you, you'll never get it. Help yourself. That's it. I don't think, you see, if you're waiting for somebody to come and help you to get something that you want, I read a book and it's like, it is like waiting, that you being thirsty and you're standing under a juicy orange tree and you're waiting for somebody to come by and pluck them for you. That can't be done. So far as you're not handicapped. And even if you should be able to do something about it.
The handicapped, they're doing something.
You can throw stones and the oranges will fall down. Yes, you have to do something. I don't think waiting for somebody to come by and help you would. The government, you see, the government has so many things to do. And if we, the young ones out there, can do something with our hands, no matter how insignificant that we might think it is. Because when I started, most of the guys around me were making fun of me. They go like, Papa, with their friend helped me 1 week. And now they beg me to even make shoes for them.
I hope you hear that. Now, same people who would laugh at you, same people who would try to discourage you, now would want to get what you started years ago. Now they want to get him. They beg him for shoes. You can imagine that. Mr. Maxwell, maybe some people may not really want to accept the fact that you started with nothing. Can you give us a brief background of what your parents were doing by then?
My mom sells bread. You know, she isn't a baker, but you know, she will go for the bread and take her profit, and then send the capital back to the baker. Yes, and my dad will sell tomatoes. That's it.
So a tomato seller's son, a bread seller's son. She wasn't a baker.
She wasn't.
She would go for the bread from the baker, come sell, make some little profit, then will send the capital to the baker. You can imagine that. And this is John Maxwell today, CEO, John Maxwell Shoes. I am amazed. Mr. Maxwell, let's talk about your education. Where did you start from?
I started at Goldstein Preparatory School. That is where I had my elementary education, and I moved to a school at Asafo called Array MAGHS. From there, I went to KTI. I actually chose, the reason why I ended up at KTI was, growing up I wanted to read medicine. I wanted to become a medical doctor, a gynecologist, to be precise. And I chose, all the schools that I chose then were in the north.
Okay.
Navasco, Big Boss, and I think Adventist Day.
Okay.
I think by then it was just 3 schools. And I had Navasco. And my dad said, no way, he wouldn't let me go to the north.
Reasons?
Yes, I really don't know why my daddy didn't want me to go to the north, but he had his own reasons. Sometimes these parents can be a bit superstitious. I really wanted to explore, and he said no. So when he said no, well, I wasn't the one going to pay the school fees, and I was like, okay, well, he is the boss of the house. He is the one going to pay my fees and everything. So if he is saying no, I have no choice. So I was left alone to search for school. So I met one man at a Doom, and he was like, young man, what do you want? I'm like, I want to school. Okay, this is my number. Come to KTI. I think you might have a course. I'm like, okay, well, then if I don't get anywhere to do medicine, like science, then I can do electrical engineering.
Okay.
And when I got it, it said it was full. Building and construction, it was full. The only thing that was left was upholstery making. So I was like, okay, I'll do it, because I just can't stay home for a year. So I just did it, and I was like, okay, well then after that, maybe I can join the military. So after KTI, I applied for Ghana Forces 3 times, and I was rejected 3 times. I applied for US Army, I didn't get. British Army, I didn't get. Canadian Army, I didn't get. So I was like, okay, maybe God didn't call me to become a soldier, maybe something else. So I'm like, okay, well, then what can I do? If I don't get all of this, I think I have something in my hands, shoes. Then let me do it. I had grade 7 after KTI.
Wow.
And I had no money to go to either poly or the university. So I was like, okay, then let me do the shoe business and prepare myself for the future. Maybe if I didn't get a chance to go to the university, then I can help my siblings to go there. So I started this John Maxwell shoes. Yes.
That was which year?
That's somewhere 2001, 2002.
So that was the beginning of John Maxwell shoes, and it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger. What is that one thing that always you look up to achieve as a person?
It's the whole lot of things, sometimes that goes through your mind, especially when you come from a family that things are always hard, that I want to make it, that kind of thing. And you turn around and you see like there are other people who depends on you. I really, if it were to be about something that what I would need to eat and wear, I think I wouldn't start up this business. I could just make shoes, 1 or 2, sell it, and then earn a living. I just don't want to live a life that will just make me earn a living. I just want to live a life that will leave a legacy. Something that I can be remembered with, that this business was established by John Maxwell and is still there and is helping a lot of people. One thing that I really, really want to achieve is that I want to do all that I can to help the young ones coming up to be able to do something with their own hands. That is it. That is it.
Wow. This show is proudly brought to you by John Maxwell Shoes. Actually, he's one of the sponsors of this show. Secondly, City of Gold Jewelers inside Ahojo Dabain. They are also sponsoring the show so tight. I'm so happy to have these people behind the show. Mr. Maxwell, let me still come back to you. What do you make of this campaign, Made in Ghana? We should patronize Made in Ghana goods, because there are a lot of people who believe that the Made in Ghana goods are kind of expensive, so they would rather prefer to buy the Bruni Wau, the what we call slightly used folds. You get it. So what do you make of that?
Initially, let me tell you this. Cheap things are expensive. If you want me to explain now.
You have to, because how can cheap things be expensive?
You see, you go to, let's say you go to town, you buy a shoe that costs like 50 cedis, which is cheap, yes. But by the end of the month, you need to buy a new shoe again. You buy 50 cedis, by the end of the month, you have to buy a new shoe again. So which means every month you buy new shoe. So by the end of the first 6 months, you've spent 300 Ghana cedis on new shoes. But that 300 Ghana cedis can buy you a quality shoe made in Ghana, okay, handmade shoes, to which you and I may not be able to buy from outside. Let me put it this way. Okay, so you buy a quality shoe that will last, made by hands, okay, and you wear it for like a year or 2 or 3. And it will help you to save a whole lot of money. So cheap things are really expensive. But if you buy quality things, you see, if you insist on quality things, let me tell you this. You know, when Moses was leading the children of Israel, let me just move it to the Bible. When Moses was leading the children of Israel through the wilderness, the Bible says that they wore their shoes on their feet for 40 years and it never worn out. Let us take our mind off the supernatural. You know, sometimes we go like, this is spiritual, this is it, and then we come back to the earth and then we don't relate it. We can't even relate it to our own practical life. It isn't that God helped them or God gave them that chance to go through all of this. I think that those shoemakers who made their shoes use quality materials to make the shoes. That's the reason why they wore it for 40 years and it never worn out. That's one way of seeing it. So instead of just thinking like God actually did it, no.
It was rather the quality stuff they used. There isn't anything like spirituality or whatsoever.
No, Christians, let's come down to practical things. They use quality materials to do something for them that will last. That will last. So you see, made in Ghana goods, if you and I should start purchasing things made in Ghana, 1, we help boost the economy. 2, we help the young ones coming out, because if I am making like 30 pair of shoes a week and I get people to patronize, okay, I pay my tax. Definitely I'll have to pay my workers. And I'll bring in more people, because if the demand become more, I'll get more people to come and work and I'll be paying them. So it will relieve the government
unemployment.
It's simple. So for me, I really like made in Ghana goods. This shirt, this trousers, this shoe, John Maxwell shoes, everything made in Ghana.
See, made in Ghana goods are very, very, very good, and I must testify myself that I've tried it, and I can tell you that this shoe I'm wearing is it's very easy to wear. I actually, I wish you were in my shoes now, like we always say. You can imagine. And it was made here, right here in Ghana. Why don't we patronize our own? I watched this video about this, is it, what's the name? Duncan Williams, yes. Okay. And he was like, you meet a Ghanaian and a Nigerian. They'll be there and somebody will just drive a car in. The Nigerian guy would go like, hey, Oga, Charlie, this is your car there. I pray say, Oga, God will bless me to make I buy my own. Oh. Charlie, your car fine pass. But you get the Ghanaian, as soon as you see the car, you go like, our money. And I believe that thing is affecting the youth. They feel like anybody who has been able to make it has, in one way or the other, robbed society to make it. Do you think the same way?
No, I don't think that way. You see, yes, there may be bad people out there like who may want to embezzle the government funds and use it on their own, yes. But equally there are other genuine businessmen out there. And I think one of the ways that we can really do to help ourselves is to appreciate somebody's greatness. Praise the person. If only, you see, how would you and I know that the person's property are genuinely acquired or not? You and I wouldn't know. So out of a pure heart, out of a heart of sincerity, let's just praise them. And you see, whilst you and I are praising and being happy for them, we are also saying that if God should bless us to, other people too should or would praise us too. So I really don't go with that. If I see somebody driving a nice car, I go like, well, that's a nice car. If he can buy it,
I can buy it too.
That's it. Because whether I'm jealous or not, I wouldn't get it. So why don't I just be positive in my remarks in somebody's possession than to negatively say some things that I know that may not be true. That's it. So for me, I think he was right. Archbishop was really right in saying that, yes.
Thank you very much. I'll really go for a short commercial break. When I'm back, we'll get deeper into the matters. Can you tell us a little bit about your past relationship?
I hope this wouldn't bring any problem. But last year, I think exactly a week to my birthday, my girlfriend broke up with me.
Obi girl Ania. I hope Obi Anya.
I don't know. Irene, tell me.
Irene, wherever you are, you caused the gentleman to cry. Oh my goodness, I can imagine that.
Yeah, she came to my apartment and we just had a normal conversation and she said she wanted to go. And I thought I was dreaming, you know. Sometimes you hear this and go like, whew, but we're planning for marriage. Where are you going? And I realized she actually has the right to do whatever that she wants to do, and I'm happy. I'm just happy for her wherever she is now, and I really don't know whether she's going out now or not. But I really, really thank God that she came. As a matter of fact, she is the one who motivated me back into doing the shoe business.
Wow.
Yes. I stopped making the shoes for like 4 or 5 years. I just stopped because people were just running away with my money. So she came in and
I tried to run away. He takes me back to business. You can imagine. His money is being run away. People taking his money all over, and it nearly broke him down.
As a matter of fact, it broke me down. It really broke me down. So she came back and she was like, you know, when we started dating, I told her I could make shoes, and she was like, John Oboa. So I made a slip, and I know she's still wearing it now. I think after 4 years.
When was the last time you saw her?
The last time I saw her was about 1 year and 8 months now.
And you are sure she's still wearing that same slippers?
I'm very much sure. I'm pretty much sure. Pretty much sure. I'm really not good with selling. And so she came in and she was like, okay, John, how much would you need for this shoe business again? I was like, okay, any amount. So she she gave me a salary. Yes.
She gave you her salary.
Yes, that's what Irene did.
She was that good.
Yes. Really. So when she left, Irene, you broke my heart. Seriously, you did.
Oh my God! Somebody is broken-hearted. You really deserve to be broken-hearted, seriously, because I'm a lady today to give out a salary to the boyfriend to start a business.
Yes.
It's one in 1,000.
Yes. She's really kind when it comes to giving, and yeah, so she was like, John, you can really do this. This is a lucrative business. Why don't we really do this? I'll sell them for you. I'll just keep record of your money for you. I'm like, okay, if you can do the selling, why not? I can make them in. So she was the one who was really in charge of all the selling and marketing and everything. Yes, and she really did a whole lot. But when it came to a point that she wanted to leave, I just couldn't stop her. Yes, when she said she wanted to leave, I remember I couldn't say anything. Maybe I should have said something when she left. I was like, before she left, I think I should have said I'm sorry for something. But I really didn't know why she was leaving.
What to say sorry for?
So I felt like, well, if she wants to go, I can't force her. And if we were destined to be together. As a matter of fact, Irene and myself, people say they want people that they are compatible with. But seriously, we were not. Irene and myself, we were not compatible.
You weren't compatible.
No. And she knows that I just don't believe in that theory. When I met her, I told her that I'm from the north, from a poor family, and I only have my intellect in my hands. She's like, okay. I was like, then let us learn to deal with our incompatibility, since we are not compatible in any way.
That's deep.
We were not raised by the same family, so how can we be compatible? We were not raised in the same neighborhood. How can we be compatible? We didn't actually attend the same school, the same university. She did nursing, midwifery. I studied theology. So like we were not, and we are not compatible. We
way apart from each other.
Only learned to deal with our incompatibility, but I think we couldn't deal with it well. That's what I can say. And when she said she wanted to go, I said okay.
Irene leaving, is it one of the things that really broke you down?
No. When she left, I just said something that then I will work hard. I don't know.
It rather motivated you.
I don't know why she left. Maybe it's because I don't have money. Maybe I was like, well, maybe if I had no money.
No, you didn't have money then.
But she stayed. She helped me with money. And no, I would have to work hard. That's what I just said. I have to work hard. And I worked like crazy. I really worked like crazy. I'll go to school, come back, go to the shop, work till like 11 p.m., come back home, wash down, get something to eat very late, which was very bad eating habits. And I'll start working again from like 3 a.m. till the following morning. I just worked.
Talking about how hard you work, I learned you're doing your national service.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you combine this shoemaking with national service? I know you're also a man of God. How do you combine all of these things?
When I posted to Bekwa SD Senior High School, the headmaster asked me the course that I studied in the university, and I said theology, and I was like, okay, then you will have to teach CRS. I said, yes, I can teach CRS very well, but I like to do something that I feel comfortable doing with it. And like, that's what I was like, I make shoes. So I'm like, yes, I like to work with the visual department, Leatherworks. So because I am working, I'm actually teaching Leatherworks in the senior high school, my national service. I'm actually in my comfort zone. Sometimes I take some of my works to school and I'll go to the studio, and I make the students come around and I help them with it. Yes. Yes.
So you can imagine, you can do it too. No matter how difficult, no matter how strong it is, you can do it. Just try and keep to your time. When the drama changes the rhythm, you also have to change the way definitely would dance. So I'm so happy. And let's get back to it. Is mommy and dad, are they still around?
Yeah, my mom and dad are pretty much alive, but currently they are in the north as we're talking now. I lost a big brother, and they took the funeral back home, so they are there. But my mom and my dad, they are really doing well, and they are alive. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the reason why the youth from the north would always want to come down here? And any possible advice to some of them who can actually take advantage of the opportunities there? Because most of them feel like all the opportunities are down here instead of there. And they come pick these menial jobs like the head porting and all those things. What do you think is the problem and probably a possible solution to that?
I came here by chance. I didn't choose to come here. My parents brought me here. They wanted to come. I don't know why, but they decided to come, and I was brought here. But if I had been in the north, probably I wouldn't have been doing shoes, but maybe I could have been doing shoes. There are a whole lot of opportunities back in the north. It will shock you to know that there are no shoe making business. I'm even planning to go there to start up a shoe business over there. Almost all the dealers come to Kumasi to buy the shoes, slippers and sandals, and they take it back to the north. So if I go there and I make it there and give it to the prices, I give the shoes to them for the prices that they come to Kumasi to buy. There wouldn't be any need for them to come to Kumasi, travel all the way to Kumasi to buy. So I think the young guy should take advantage. You see, it isn't just about making shoes. Whatever you can do, whatever you can do, whatever you can do, be it painting, be it clothing, anything that you can get your hands to do, just do it with your whole heart. And seriously, God looks into the heart, not just merely about what you do. If you have the good intention of wanting to do it, God will grant you the strength and the ability to do it. So I think, coming down to the Kumasi to carry loads, and by the end of the day, you don't, most of them, especially with the ladies, most of them even get raped. They end up giving birth to children without fathers, and it really breaks.
It's sad. It's sad.
Really, yes. And yes, I'll be going to the north to start up a shoe business over there, so that I can just take kids from the streets and give them something to do. Yes.
Maybe we'll have to also take this. Maybe you have to help them in terms of motivation. Since you're a very good speaker and you teach and all that, we can also pick up that, be kind of a motivational speaker to them up there. What do you think?
Motivation isn't enough. We hear motivational speakers, and we get motivated, yes, but we don't get chance to change. When you sit down and you're waiting for somebody to come and help you do something, seriously, you never get anything done. It's about giving them something to do. Because if I motivate you and I don't give you something to do, if I don't teach you how to do it, physically, with experiments, something that you can do with your hands. I can just say something. We always get motivated. We get motivated almost that we go to church, we hear the pastors preaching, they motivate us almost every time. But nothing changed. Really, nothing changed. Nothing really changes. So I wish they could really do something. Sit down and think creatively. What can I do not just to help me, but to help my generation? You see, it's about just doing something that will make you leave a legacy, not just a liability.
Just doing something that will enable you leave a legacy. and not just a liability. Wow, that's so deep. So, any other plans after service? What is happening to John Maxwell? Where are you going to come to and leave yourself to the shoemaking alone, or do you have further plans? Something else you want to do in addition to the shoemaking?
Yeah, a whole lot, a whole lot. If God blesses you with a creative mind, you don't stick to one thing. There are a whole lot of things that I really want to do. Clothing, wristbands, really wanting to open like something like a school to help to pick kids out of the street, to give them something to do, give them a trade. That's it. That's it. Just not just the shoes, but for now it's just with the shoes. But as time goes on, there are a whole lot of things that will be coming out of John Maxwell shoes. Yes.
Everybody, I believe you heard him. I am motivated, and I believe you will be motivated wherever you are. This is a guy who hails from the north. He started from nowhere. He said he started with 6,000. Not 6,000 Ghana cedis, 6,000. The then 6,000.
60,000.
60,000. 6 cities now. Yes, and now he's making it big time. Sometimes when we start talking about some of these things, people feel like we're just exaggerating. But here he is. Here he is. And he's still pushing it hard. Why don't you get up and do something as a youth? See the opportunities around you. Somebody was telling me that, do you know these sachet water that we normally drink and then throw it away, even make and all these and they are there. Do you know if you start to pick these things, it's even money?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody told me and I thought about this and I was like, wow. And he was like, okay, fine. Maybe you can't pick them yourself. You think you're shy. Get these small boys, small girls. Let them go around, do the picking for you. And as they do the picking for you, just put them somewhere. Somebody will come and buy. Let's not sit there and then wait for government to employ us alone. Yes, government employment is good. We all want to be employed by government someday. But if the government is not employing you, what do you do? Do you sit down there and wait for him? I want you to be inspired. Understand that life itself is not fair to everybody. So if you're not fortunate and you're not you don't get to that side of life which will make you feel like a king or a queen, and it smashes you in the face, whips you like some of us has gone through, then I want you to tell yourself that we can do it. Yes, Obama said, he said, we can. Yes, we can. And you can do it. You can do it. I want you to be inspired. Know that you can do it. Just look at the opportunities around you and start something. Start something. Mr. Maxwell, any shout out to some people out there, people you want to say hi to? I know definitely you want to say hi to our spiritual father, Pastor Ransford Obeng, and the rest.
Yeah. I really want to say thank you first to God for this chance that He's given me every day to live, a sign of His mercies towards my life. When I wake up every morning, it's not just a new day that I'm seeing, it's new mercies, a chance for me to live, to make things right with God. And I'd like to say thank you to Pastor Ransford. He picked me out of nowhere and as his son, and he helped me through my university education. As a matter of fact, he actually motivated me to go back to school. With Ma Lisbeth, the church secretary, George Boomer, Jordan Prechum, yes, they all held me, and Joshua Obin, to my mom and dad, to Mr. and Mrs. Ayene, I really love them. There's one thing that my mom told me when I decided to go for this blood money. I didn't tell you about it because you didn't ask.
You know what? You decided to do that.
Yes, because I realized, I don't know, I just felt like things were hard for the family. And I was like, then why don't I just go for it? After 2 months when I'm dead, my parents and my siblings wouldn't struggle the way I'm just struggling. I don't know how my mom got to know it, but she asked me that whether I was okay. And I was like, then let me tell her the truth. So I told my mom the truth, and my mom was like, John, listen to me carefully. God might not have created us to be rich people, but He will always make sure food is on the table for us. Yes. And it changed my thinking. It just went through my heart, and I was like, wow. Wow.
God might have not created us to be rich people, but He'll always put food on the table.
Yes.
Mommy, wherever you are, we so say thank you. Because that was deep. Just simple words. But if you think deeper into it, you'd realize that that was an advice coming from a mother.
It changed everything. It changed everything. And I was like, then I would live my life one day at a time. And I'll make sure God guards my footsteps. Yes. So I don't really joke with them. I love them a lot. I love them. To Irene, wherever you are,
I know you definitely say that.
I miss you. Yeah, that's it. But if you're going out, all the best. All the best, yes.
That is a gentleman. He says, Irene, wherever you are, he misses you. Very good to be here today. I'm so happy. And I would like to say that be inspired, like we've said. I go by the name Mr. Nshua, aka the Boss MC. I'll see you once again on the same show. Thank you.